K. Chandrasekhar Rao or KCR will become the first ever Chief Minister in South of India if he wins the impending elections slated for later this year. This would be his third term and all eyes are on him to assess if he can succeed in scoring a hat-trick. This shall also be the first time when KCR Garu goes to the people after having rechristened his party as BRS, that is Bharat Rashtra Samiti from TRS, indicating he has very firm national ambitions. What is going to be, however, different this time around as compared to 2014 is that the Telangana sentiment cannot be sold anymore. And like in 2018, putting its best forward foot into turning the state into Bangaru, that is the word for Telugu for golden or golden Telangana. KCR will be tested on promises made and whether he succeeded in fulfilling those promises or not. What is also very important is the winnability of some of the stars in BRS. Do they have the same caliber as they did in the past, or are they now a poor shadow of their earlier selves? What are the challenges faced by some of them? Will the tide turn in favor of KCR, or will it be a tough ride for him? We shall be joined by several guests to talk about the tough challenge or the tough battle that K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Chief Minister of Telangana, faces. Anti-incumbency, I guess, is a reality which every politician has to face, 9 years, like I said, if he wins the third time, Verghese, hat-trick. I mean, it's a record of sorts. But it is also true that he is battling anti-incumbency. What's your opinion on this?
Well, KCR is the leader of one of the newest states in the country. So it has its own problems, and the state, of course, we know the history about how Telangana came into being, and KCR being technically the founding father of Telangana in a lot of ways. So the TRS, now called the BRS, in fact emerged from that movement, and rightly, as you pointed out, there is a national ambition to him. But the question here would be that anti-incumbency is something that could trigger in, because 9 years, and probably looking at an election coming soon at the end of this year or beginning of next year, we are seeing a trend where probably the anti-incumbency factor might not be against KCR himself, but against some sitting prominent ministers of the BRS cabinet might be facing it. Some of them had actually won the last elections, I think in 2018, on wafer-thin majorities, like 5,000, 3,000.
Like Jagadish Reddy, Sabita,
yes. All of them had, Indra, in fact, won on a few wafer-thin, majority. This is what the BJP and the Congress are trying to take advantage of. If these constituencies, and it's not only them, the sitting ministers themselves, there are several such constituencies in Telangana because of our first past the poll kind of a system, where if you win just 900 votes, you are declared as the winner.
True.
So the BJP and the Congress together have realized that these constituencies are the places where they have to in fact keep their attention on, and this also ties down some of the prominent leaders of the BRS to their own constituencies. And when an election campaign would come, of course it will be on KCR as the bigger leader that would be looked at, but when it comes to the local and a very hyper local kind of politics, you require these leaders on the ground.
Absolutely. Mahesh, I want to know, do you think that, I know that you're the spokesperson for the Congress party, but if you look at it, because I will not ask you about whether KCR Garu faces a challenge or not, but I am asking you, how ready is the Congress to take on, let us say, both the BJP and the BRS, as it were?
Yeah, following the results of Karnataka Congress party cadre and leadership, we are we are very much confident in winning the election. Which is ahead, 6 months ahead. Here, people of Telangana has come to a conclusion, I hope. They are clear to change the government. I repeat, they are clear to change the government and send them, home, and, welcome the new government, secular government, and so welfare government of Congress. How exactly, the whole nation is witnessing in Karnataka, same in Telangana. So here, BJP is not, nowhere has a foot space in Telangana. Of course, politically they are much, behind. Now the state fight is between BRS and Congress, and people are clear and they're vexed with the 10 years. I mean, 2 terms rule of KCR Garu and their corruption, family rule, and monopoly, and undemocratic, approach that they have chosen in many cases.
Mr. Sridhar Reddy, the thing is anti-incumbency. You're a spokesperson for the BRS. There is anti-incumbency, and like you just heard Maheshji, there are lots of, the opposition is going to not make it easy for you at all, sir. Mr. Reddy, it's going to be very tough. But I want to bring your attention to certain stars. For instance, you have in Suryapet, there is Energy Minister Jagadish Reddy. Now the thing is that he is facing, apparently he is walking on eggshells right now. Similarly, there are others like there is the Education Minister, P. Sabita Indra Reddy. There is also Kopula Ishwar. I mean, I'm giving you certain names because we did research and we found that they may have won. Now some of them won with wafer thin majority. But this election, they really face a serious challenge, Mr. Reddy. What would you like to say about that?
So the issue is that people understand what we have done in the past 9 years. And these are many surveys which we are seeing, Suryapeta, there is a problem, Maheshwaram, there is no problem anywhere in the state, and all our ministers are functioning, performing very well. And today, he is an energy minister in Suryapeta, and Telangana is supplying 24 hours uninterrupted power to all segments. And we are the one of the very few states, rather only state, giving 24 hours free power to the farmers. So there are many such, things that we are doing in the state, whether it is development and welfare. So anti-incumbency is only a kind of, propagation from the, opposition side, but absolutely people know what we have done. And today you take every social, rather development or other indicators, we are the best in the country.
Mr. Subhash, we are talking about, does KCR face a tough challenge this year, considering that if he does it, then he will set a record of sorts in entire south of India, the hat-trick as it were, because he has actually worked on all the, he's gone to the hustings, talking about all the possible achievements that he has. What do you have to think about it? I know that, the BJP has been working very quietly, of course, very loudly also when it comes to leaders like Bandi Sanjay, metaphorically. But the point is that after GHMC, you've got a shot in the arm. But what do you think that, do you think that it's going to be a very tough challenge? Because I want you to speak about the readiness of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Subhash.
What we can see that during this 9 years of the BRS government in Telangana, there have been a lot of aspirations for people of Telangana, which they have really appreciated because of the formation of the state through the Bharatiya Janata Party's support. But after 9 years, what we can see, the aspirations have not been fulfilled. If you can see, I don't have to really read out the list that where the BRS government has failed. They almost failed in all subjects on that. So KCR definitely is facing a tough challenge from the Bharatiya Janata Party. But earlier, if you can see the records and archives of the BRS and the KCR's, the public meeting or in the press conference, he has said that where is Bharatiya Janata Party? I don't see Bharatiya Janata Party anywhere. But constantly in the the GHMC elections and some of the the bypolls which have held, including the teachers MLC elections which just concluded in last 2 months, the Bharatiya Janata Party has been constantly, the graph has been rising. And if you can see the votes in the Karnataka also, the percentage of votes have not really deteriorated, but the number of seats have definitely gone down. So we are facing a tough challenge in the Karnataka, but that really doesn't have any impact in other states, because every state has the unique problem and then the unique awareness. As far as the Bharatiya Janata Party claims that there is a tripartite agreement between the Congress, the BRS, and MIM. There, the common enemy is only the Bharatiya Janata Party, either in the center or in the state. So the BRS now has to do or die situation in that, because their political survival is only depending upon the winning in the state of Telangana. Otherwise, they will be just written off. And we also blame, and then we also question, and we also really question the integrity of the BRS, which has become the national party from the TRS, leaving the Telangana issue. How come you did not even contest in the Karnataka? Where is your support? Where is your support to the JDS? Because
Right.
when
Let
the
me, yeah.
BRS formed, people have come from the Karnataka and from the Maharashtra, but we can see during the elections also you were nowhere to
Right.
be seen.
Right.
So
I,
this shows that he is in defensive mode.
Sai Shekhar, don't you think that in Karnataka, one thing which failed was, although Mr. Narendra Modi did several rallies, somehow the heft of Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar and the cadre really worked. It was local for vocal or vocal any which way, vice versa. The thing is Kannadiga pride. What does the Kannadiga want? Do you think that this entire thing about central schemes, because see, KCR Garu has been really ripping them off by saying, you have not paid us our dues. Do you think that now Amit Shah is also slated to go there, Mr. Modi is also slated to go there? Do you think it will have an overall impact on the BJP so far as the next elections are concerned?
I doubt BJP and Congress are fighting for the second position in Telangana. Hazarding the, being branded as pro-TRS, I would like to say that BJP and Congress are in direct fight with each other for the second slot. And Amit Shah, Modi and all may hardly have any impact, as you just now pointed out. Siddaramaiah, DK Shivakumar's magic worked in Karnataka, which means people want to have a face for the post of the chief minister. And recently KTR has posed a challenge to the BJP as well as the Congress to name their chief ministerial candidate, saying that KCR is our chief ministerial candidate and he is going to seek an election for the third time. Who is your chief ministerial candidate? And they will naturally take a wheel of, that we are national party. High command will decide towards the end of the election. All these things, they cannot name the chief ministerial candidate. And unfortunately for both the national parties, they don't have anybody also to showcase as a face.
Mahesh is saying something.
Could you please enlighten? It's a request to the analyst Garu. It's a request for you. Can you please let us know who is the prime ministerial candidate, because it is a national party now, as they are claiming today. Who is the prime minister candidate for BRS?
Yeah, exactly. You asked the right question. You asked the right question, Mr. Mahesh. I would like to, as a political observer who has been seeing KCR for several years, KCR has launched his party and he ran it for 13 years before he clinched the desired separation of Telangana.
He didn't clinch the desire of Telangana.
No, wait. You have asked the question. Let me answer.
Granted the Telangana.
Mahesh, you have asked the question. Let me answer. KCR will be the face of the prime ministerial candidate. KCR will be the prime ministerial candidate on behalf of BRS. If not in 2024, maybe in 29.
Don't wear the mask of a journalist to defend TRS and BRS.
No. This is ad hominem.
Okay.